Hey everybody, here we are again. This is one of my, I guess, not a total fail, but it's not a real good thing. This is my corn harvest from my early corn. And right here you see it's 24 ears of corn, and some of them are good size and some of them are little tiny things. And these are the 24 ears that look okay on the outside. These here have a lot of damage on them. You know, if you watched my other videos, that we had 3 big storms come in and it knocked down a lot of our corn, and we did lose some of it. And then we had a groundhog get in, and he did a lot of damage and ate a lot of ears. He pulled the whole stalks down and ate the ears right off the stalk. So this is what we have. Maybe total 24 whole ears of corn. And it's not really enough for me to do a whole canning session, but I decided, since I have those real nice peppers and the onions, I'm going to go pull a couple onions out of the garden, and I'm going to go ahead and make some corn relish. So even though it's a fail as far as canning corn, I'm going to make the best that I can out of it and go about making some relish. So I'm going to go ahead and shuck this corn and cook it and cut it off the cob, and then I'll show you what else I'm going to do next. Well, here I think I counted 25 ears of corn. They're not all perfect, but the recipe says that you should be able to get 2 quarts of corn out of 18 ears. So I'm thinking, with the little bit of damage that's on these few, that I might have enough. I'll have to see. And I did put the best 6 ears aside. Hopefully we'll get a couple meals of fresh corn. I might have to use them for this though. So we'll see. On to the next step. Well, I wanted to share something with you. I got a surprise when I cut this pepper. Getting ready to chop all my peppers up. I have the yellow and red done, and I cut the top off of this. And look at this. It's green inside. I was expecting it to be purple all the way through like the red peppers. So maybe some of you guys knew this, but I sure didn't, because I never grew black peppers before. Just wanted to share that with you. Just wanted to show you some of these. These are those younger onions that I needed to thin. So I'm going to be using these as the onion in the corn relish. I just want to show you how pretty they were. Really nice. Alright, I have everything ready to put in the pot for the corn relish. We have 2 quarts of corn, cooked corn. I have the fresh corn that I showed you before, but you can use canned corn. Then we have a quart of chopped up cabbage, 2 cups of peppers. They call for green and red. I used what I had. Then they also call for 1 cup of onion, and I'm using the spring onions, the smaller onions that I grew from seed, and they're very strong, so I'm only going to use about 1/2 cup. Then you add 1 tablespoon of ball salt or non-iodized salt. Did I say a cup? 1 tablespoon of salt. 1 tablespoon of celery seed, 1 tablespoon of mustard seed, 1 tablespoon of turmeric or turmeric, however you say it, and 2 tablespoons of ground mustard. 1½ cups of sugar, and that's all our spices. 1 cup of water and 1 quart of vinegar. And I'm going to dump all that in a pot, and then you bring it to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, you cook it for 20 minutes before you can it. So we'll come back. Just wanted to show you, this is what it looks like after everything is mixed up. I'll come back and show you too what it looks like after it boils and after we pass 20 minutes. I'm sure it's going to look a little bit different. Okay, this has been boiling for 20 minutes, and it sure does smell good. And as you can see, it looks a little different. little bit more liquid than it was before. All the liquid is cooked out of the vegetables. So Now we're going to can it up. Take a jar. Stir this up. And this is supposed to be a 1/2 inch headspace. So there we go. Get a debubble. And wipe the rim of the jar, which I forgot to get my paper towel. Put in a hot lid ring. And I don't have real good grip strength, so I have one of these handy dandy little things. You just put it on there and turn it to the mark, and that's it. And one is canned. Put it back in the canner, and then when I have them all done, we'll come back. Alright, so I ended up with 7 pints, not 6, and I actually still have a little bit more left. So now we're going to put them in a hot water bath canner, put it down. And I always take my lid water, because it's already hot, and add to my pot. And then we're going to put the lid on. We're going to bring this to a boil, and after it boils, we're going to process this for 15 minutes, and then we'll come back. Besides the 7 pints, I got this much left over, and I thought I should probably do a taste test. It's really good. You can taste the corn. You can taste the cabbage, the peppers. It's real good. However, the recipe that I followed is on page 53 of the Ball Blue Canning Book. And it calls for 1 to 2 cups of sugar. I chose to go in the middle with the 1.5 cups. And I think next time, this is just a little bit on the tart side, so I think I would go with the full 2 cups of sugar in the next batch. But you can always add a little bit of sugar once you open the jar too. So I'm very pleased with this. It is really, really good, and I can't wait to have it as a side dish. So we will still come back after corn relish finishes processing, and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, they processed for 15 minutes. I took the lid off, let it sit for 5 minutes. Now we're going to take them out of the canner, put them on a towel to cool. Look pretty good. No, they look really good. Haven't made corn relish for quite a few years. It was easier when I used canned corn, but this is all what I grew except for the cabbage. So there we go, 7 pints of corn relish, and this was extra. I've been eating on it, as you can see, and it's really good. It's very rewarding to grow food and can it and process it, and then when you take it out and eat it, it's even more rewarding. Something I think everybody should try at least once. I'm addicted. Most people I know are addicted. Once you can, you're always going to can. So there we go, from start to finish. corn relish. Most of the product was from my garden, and it's really good. I'm really pleased with it. So thanks for watching, and everybody have a great day.